All right, little update for the day. I don't think we talked about last night, but we ended up taking $3 last night. I ended up getting mine. Tabitha got one. Dalton got one. Good one. And another night hike out. Got it down. Um, Pulled the meat off the bone. So we've just been kind of lounging around this morning. But now it's Chiam's turn, so we're going to shoot up this same little saddle and probably have to boogie over a little bit, see some new country, but we're going to go try to get Chiam a buck now, and then Pailey's got a second tag as well, so see if we can't fill that. And we had a nice breeze going today, so this hill isn't going to be quite so hot, hopefully. But the meat's cool. We just got to go fill that tag for the day and hopefully have another night hike out. We got 2 night hikes out of this little spot over here, so hopefully we'll get a third tonight. Let's see.
Is it the one walking down right now? Or is that the first one?
It's facing us, so.
Yeah, walking down. Alright, so we just got over this hill where we shot the 3 deer last night. Nothing in that basin. But there are 2 bucks, one of them a nice 3. Way over crossing another peak, so instead of going after that immediately, we're gonna crest this hill and go check out where Pailey shot her buck on the first night. And hopefully there's a couple more sitting in there, because that'd be easier than making that trek across this mountain range.
And there's a nice, really nice buck. He's got good eye guards, good mass 3-point, nice full 3-point, and he's in a great spot. There's a handful of other deer with him, so we're gonna go make a play on him and hopefully Chiam shoots straight. Don't know with these camera guys how they're gonna shoot, but this is a stud buck, so hopefully we can get on him.
And with that endorsement, we're off.
Got him.
Beginning to feel left out. Everybody had a buck but me.
We've all got good bucks now.
Yeah.
But we all got good bucks. Man, you look around at the basin we're in right here. This is some crazy cool country.
As Mark would say,
It reminds me of New Zealand.
money. Money.
This spot is money.
It's money.
Oh man, yeah, this basin, I mean, we're not even a quarter mile wide here, and we've killed, we've got 4 bucks, 5 bucks.
That's number 5
5
right
bucks.
there. Yeah.
Treated us well, so let's go recover this buck, and we're gonna go take a walk about and see if that other one moved off this mountain.
Let's do it. All right, well, we made our way down to the deer I just shot. And Dalton and Tabitha and I are kind of hanging back here. And Lampers and Pailey just jetted around the mountain to try to catch up with that stud that kind of disappeared before we took the shot on this one. Kind of waiting to see if they come back and signal. If they see the buck, we'll see. But knowing Lampers, he may just shoot it, and that'll be seen. This guy took a little bit of a tumble, little banged up.
Really nice buck though.
Can't complain for a first blacktail.
That's a lot bigger than my first blacktail buck.
Can't complain. Super happy.
So we got this buck up here. Pailey has finally decided she wants to go shoot it. We're gonna get nice and close. It was 300 yards down there. She could have made that shot all day, but we're gonna see if we can't sneak up and get to, or inside of 2, something like that. And he's been standing there for about 30 minutes, so he shouldn't be going anywhere. You crushed him. What a shot. Those antlers aren't going to look the same.
They aren't.
Those antlers, they're not going to look the same as you did up there.
Did something break off?
I don't know. He rolled a long ways and he went through some boulders, some somersaults, but
So
the blood was just absolutely pumping out those lungs.
Okay.
Crushed him, V. Nice work. Man, you were just hitting on every shot. Love it. That's a stud buck. Man, fingers crossed. Those antlers are still attached. But you see the blood coming out? Holy smokes. Right through the pump. Both lungs.
Automatically? Why do these deer not just
I don't know.
fall?
I don't know.
So
Usually, you put a shot like that on them, usually they go pretty quick, but you double lung them, they go a little ways. But you save the meat until they roll off a cliff. All right. That's her second tag filled, so she's done.
Oh yeah, still has 2 antlers.
What?
Still has 2 antlers.
Still has 2?
Yep.
Wow, I'm surprised. Little broken tip there.
Yeah, a
What
lot
a
of velvet.
stud.
Some velvets came off. That is for sure. But it'll look like some of your bucks at home.
Yeah, should.
Oh, and the tip of the antler came off.
Yeah, it broke it, didn't it? It's all right. Dang, what a stud. Look how long that thing is.
Dang. That layer of, look.
Beefy. Yeah, look where your shot was. Right behind the shoulder. Perfect.
But
No
sticky
meat loss.
flies.
Double lunged. Perfect placement again, P. You hugged a little bit tighter to the shoulder on this one.
Yeah.
Just a little tighter.
Is that bad?
No, it's good. You're still behind it. Don't lose any meat. That's perfect.
I was aiming for right behind the shoulder.
When I threw the glass up and I saw him rolling, I just saw like this pump of blood right out the other side of him. Man, that thing really sweeps. Isn't that cool? It's kind of how we're seeing the mature bucks. They do that. They come way out up here. Oh yeah, straight bone. That's pretty good. I mean, that's straight up angle, fall through the rocks and just get a little scraped up. He rolled about 80 yards, 40-degree pitch.
Flies are killing me.
I bet this thing, when they lose the summer coat, this would have a little gray face to them.
These ones don't have Roman noses like mule deer.
I don't know.
No.
I haven't seen one yet.
Straight.
They don't get much bigger. I mean, this is a great buck. We're gonna, Pailey and I are gonna break this thing down, haul him down to the creek, meet up with Dalton and Tabitha. We've got Chiam's buck broke down there. And we're gonna make the long trek back. Well, it's not a super long trek back to base camp, but we got a nice steep hill again. So we're gonna try to do this and not do a night hike tonight. That's the goal. But yeah, we'll each take half of this deer and get after it.
Yeah.
Pailey's been a packing machine on this trip so far. She just grabs quarters and goes. She's tough, very tough. So half a deer is nothing for her. We should just throw the whole deer on your back and see how that goes. Yeah?
I don't know. I think these deer weigh more than I do. So.
You took that 45 pounds yesterday.
Yeah, but that was only half a deer.
Yeah. There's the entry, right behind the shoulder is his shoulder. That's the entry.
Good grief.
Like, what in the world is going on? I mean, that's how he was facing, you know?
Yeah.
Just like that. Look at that thing. We got a little bit of weather that we were kind of expecting. Clouds are kind of in and out of here, a little bit of rain, but me and Chiam, we're all packed up, the bags loaded for just a little spike out. We're gonna climb the mountain again, see if we can find that buck, that big one that we saw yesterday. Try to relocate him on that mountain. If we don't relocate him today, we've got enough to stay till about midday tomorrow. And then we're gonna see if we can't get him. So we're loaded. We're gonna bomb up. Hopefully the clouds let us see and get good glass on where he was. He was at the top, but we're gonna give it a shot. We should be able to relocate him either today, tonight, tomorrow morning. And the plan is to get him and get him back down here by tomorrow midday. So let's see how this goes.
So we're going up this same mountain that we've gone up every single day. And last night, everyone at camp down there was saying, I'm so done with this hill. And as they were saying that, I just had this gut feeling that Lampers was gonna wanna go chase monsters in the fog, in the mountains, right before it rains. I just knew it was gonna happen. But, you know what? It is a night and day difference having spikes on. Since Pailey's back at camp, I was able to use her micro spikes, and man, no wonder Lampers has been getting up this thing like a goat.
to our spot where we had seen that big 3-point right over here last night. And we're looking at everything right now. The weather changed. So yesterday we were seeing, I don't know, I saw probably, 20 bucks just over on this hillside. And right now I can only see one, so they must be tucked away. It's just cooler, a little bit drizzly, but they definitely aren't doing what they were doing yesterday. So we're gonna run right down this creek bed, get into the middle flat. There's some little rock tops down there. We're gonna get onto those so we can just get a 360 of this whole basin and try to pick up that big one. We're hoping he's just on the other side of this ridge, which is kind of where we saw him yesterday. So, but it doesn't seem like anything is really on its feet right now. Well, we had a grizzly right down here. He's coming up. So we got out of the creek bed because he's kind of taking the drainage. He saw us about right here, did a big wide loop around, and he's coming right down. We got a carcass over here, and somehow, even though the wind's not right now, he knows where that carcass is. Looks like he's going right for it. He's on a mission, and he hadn't even touched it, so he must have caught wind when that wind was like pushing down drainage. Even though the wind is switched, it seems like he remembered where that was coming from, because he just went. Right now he's about 100 yards from it.
His bear came down, looked like he was gonna go for that carcass that we left over there yesterday. Smelt about where the deer was shot. Didn't really want to get close to the carcass with us sitting here watching it. So it went all the way back up the mountain and got over here to a buck that we'd been watching bedded. The buck stood up, and this grizzly bear, instead of eating the dead deer, he tried to chase the live buck. But man, it was right on the skyline. Such cool footage. Awesome. Awesome to be able to just sit here and watch that happen. It only happens in wild places. That's so awesome. Makes everything, all the effort, worth it. Seeing moments like that.
Yeah. It looks like him. It's a nice 3-point. It looks pretty good. Oh, he was there the whole time. He's at 350 walking away.
What is it up?
Stop there. He's down.
Got him.
What a buck. That's our buck, man. 3 points. He's actually got a little crab on his back left. He's 4, I think. And he just kept butt to me. We're not very good hunters. We were sitting down here the whole time looking over on this side, and he was right behind us. just chilling. I don't know how we didn't see him with those other deer. I thought we'd seen everything, but he was in them. He must have been just tucked in some brush. Heck yeah. It's the buck we've been waiting for. You pan around and check this whole thing out. Holy smokes. We are in about as pretty a country as you'll ever see. Chiam, we did it.
We did it.
All tags are filled.
That's a way to close out.
That is a way to close it out. What a heavy tag of deer. Got all kinds of lumps around his bases. Got a fourth. That's cool, man. I like it. His bases are just heavy. How we got him, Chiam? He's got some stickery bases. Little bumps all over it.
Oh, he's split on his top side?
Yeah, he's got
Okay.
40 almost? Wow. Oh, look at these. He's got like extra.
Yeah, he's kind of knotted around his bases.
Yeah, a little bit of
I
character.
bet you he's like super.
Oh, can you imagine him hard-horned and colored up? Yeah. Howdy, folks. All right, well, I hope you enjoyed that film. I'm actually here. We're filming this recap out at the Overland Ranch, which, if you haven't heard, this is where we're going to be holding our Western Hunting Summits. And so we were out here today. We're setting up some steel for the rifle targets, for the rifle education, and kind of going through the ranch, getting things set up and checked out. So as you can see, this is what they call the hub. This is where it's going to be. So if you are interested in grabbing one of the few spots left for either the archery event or the rifle event this year, which is coming up in June, go over to westernhuntingsummit.com and kind of get more details and information there and grab a pass. Or just DM me on my social at StHealthy Hunter, and I can give you all the information you need there. So first things first, I'm going to get to one of the giveaways. As you know, we were doing a couple different giveaways. We were giving away a Initial Ascent 8K pack, which I'm actually going to do that giveaway tonight on my social. So got to go to StHealthy Hunter and on my Instagram page, and you'll see who the winner of that Initial Ascent 8K backpack is tonight. But what I will do right now, I'm going to do the Vortex eyewear giveaways. And we chose to do it kind of an odd way, kind of one of our favorite comments or just a unique comment. We were going to give a set of eyewear away to those guys or whoever it was. And then also we're just going to randomly scroll through, and I'm going to do that now. So I picked one comment out of the bunch, and there's a lot of comments on here, which, man, I read every single one, and they're always they're great. I love them. There's always, people put a lot of thought into these comments on YouTube. I can't believe it. And like paragraphs. And so I'm always shocked to read through those. But this one jumped out, and this is from David Webb 8383.
Said, great job, Ryan. Way to keep grinding with Pailey. She is quite the hunter. Not surprised. She will never forget that time they will never forget that time they spend with you. I lost my son 5 years ago at 28 years old, way too soon. That is the hardest thing a parent can go through. I would give up anything I have to be able to spend one last day on the mountain with him. Those are times our kids will never forget. Keep up the good work. Regards, David. So yeah, that one jumped out as one that I wanted to just pick and read. I couldn't even imagine, going through something like that. Having 2 daughters right now in my life, and I have the good fortune of being able to spend a ton of time with them and take them on the mountains and do these trips. And you see the time we spend out there with Pailey. Absolutely love our times together. So, David, I'm going to send you a set of Vortex eyewear. Just hit me on my email or DM me on the Instagram. So it's lampers@StHealthyHunter.com. Send me a message there, and I'll make sure to get your address and send those out to you. The other set, I'm going to go ahead and just scroll through, pick one. This is from John Elizabeth Sisson, 3924. To our family, love is spelled time, capital Time. Good job, dude. So I'm guessing that's John or Elizabeth. I'd like to send you a pair of eyewear as well. So reach out to me on my email, lampers@StealthyHunter.com, or DM me or message me on Instagram @StealthyHunter. So, and then again, I'm gonna pick the winner of the 8K backpack tonight, Sunday, and we'll choose who wins that really good pack that I've been wearing a lot, and have somehow convinced a lot of people to go to a bigger pack and use these big 8Ks. They're pretty nice, and you'll see it. You saw it in the film a lot. We were running 8Ks on this one, and we kind of run those big 8Ks on every trip now. We tend to take longer trips, and they come in real handy for that. So aside from that, the film. So as you saw, once again, we had several bucks taken on this episode. Cameraman extraordinaire Chiam Lloyd got his buck, his first blacktail buck, which was really cool. And then I was able to take one, and then my daughter, obviously, was able to take her second. Pailey and I each had 2 tags. That's why we were able to take 2 deer on this trip. And again, you saw what Pailey did on this film. She put a great shot on a really nice buck, and she definitely earned it. She worked her tail off to get onto that buck. And, Chiam had took that really nice buck of his, and we kind of skirted the mountain, and we were looking for the big, king that we called him, that we had seen skylined. And then lo and behold, we ended up passing Pailey's buck first, and then we ended up coming back to it, and we were probably pretty crazy to pass it in the first place, but we ended up coming back around and going up and taking that buck, which was really good and really cool. And we got another really nice hike out of that. And then, of course, my buck, that last day that we were there, Chiam and I went off on our own and took off up the mountain with all the gear to stay overnight. Had the grizzly bear encounter thing, which was really cool. It was really cool because it wasn't all that close, and he kept his distance. He did what good grizz are supposed to do. And then, we were able to relocate that buck that we had wanted to get, that we originally had gone over there hoping Chiam would get, and then hoping my daughter would get. Somehow he eluded us, and then I was fortunate to be able to take him on the end there, and it all worked out just great. You saw the country that we were hunting in. I don't think that you could hunt a more beautiful place than those mountains of Alaska for those deer. It's pretty dang incredible. And someday we will be back. I mentioned before, I'm a little bit hesitant to go right back there because this was such a great trip, and we had everything go our way. We all tagged out. You know, we got to see the country. We didn't have any weather, and everything just went so incredibly well that I know going back the very next year, it might have been a little bit of a letdown, but this gives us opportunity to go do something else during that time frame this year. So we're gonna go do some other things, give it a little break. But we will be back. We will be doing a hunt like this again. Maybe not in the exact same spot, but something similar. I really hope to take my daughter back up and do another one of these. And again, thanks to Dalton and Tabitha. They were great. They're really fun to hunt with, very funny. Dalton is a very funny dude, and he runs the Northern Hunter podcast. And so, like I said in last week's, if you haven't checked out the Northern Hunter podcast, please do. If you have any interest in hunting Alaska at some point, and it doesn't matter if you're going up there to hunt bears or caribou or moose, they get really detailed on a lot of the information that comes with hunting a place like Alaska, which can be pretty daunting and pretty intimidating for people if they haven't done it. And so logistics and all those type things come into play. And they do a great job at the Northern Hunter podcast talking about just that. And they're very consistent with their podcasts, which is admirable. I know how hard that is. So go check them out. Other than that, I think, one thing I would like to say is what you don't see to end this hunt is Chiam and I ended up coming back from this trip, and we didn't even get back to Montana. We decided to take another little adventure while Pailey was able to visit with her grandparents. They live back in Washington, my folks do. And so we did a little mini adventure and went off and did some bear hunting. And it was prime time, it was August, the berries were popping, the bears are out, and so we had us a great time. We didn't have a whole lot of time to do it, but we had a good time. And the next film that we're gonna be throwing up is gonna be that hunt. And I think you'll appreciate it. It'll show a completely new, kind of different country, different terrains in Washington State, some of the old haunts that we chase bears in that fall season. So stay tuned for that. Not sure when it's gonna drop, but that will be the next film that we put up here on the channel. Again, appreciate you guys for following along, and stay tuned for the next one.